Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SuTube. It's November the 30th, and today on my weekly chart here, we have a new all-time high with Bitcoin. So I'm going to be diving into the price of Bitcoin, the good and the bad. I'm going to be talking about why this is an important day, and as well going to be talking about a couple trade setups that I had entered after my video last on this weekend. So if you guys think that sounds good, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and with that, let's get it. Okay guys, today I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm going to start by looking at my 15-minute chart and talking about these trade setups I took. You can see here I entered a long position at this blue line, which was right after I made the video on, I believe that was Friday evening when I made my last video. And I was talking about, I was expecting a further downside move, but I was starting to lean a little more bullish, and I explained in my pattern here. I'm going to play a little clip for you guys from that video here. Low trend line here, a little bit of a triangle because you guys know I fucking love triangles. And then I will also give it a bit of a bottom here. Let's just extend it like so and make that green just because it's support. So right now, guys, we did form this bit of a triangle after breaking that bump and run pattern, and we did find support along the old resistance of that line. So all in all, that's actually looking not so bad to me, you guys. If I jump back to my daily Bitcoin chart, guys, look at this triangle. I drew it out the same here. I got that yellow resistance, green support, green support. That's the bottom of our bear market, you guys. Look at that. This dump followed by that type of a consolidation. Look at this dump on the 15-minute chart followed by that kind of a consolidation. You guys, that's a very, very similar chart pattern. And remember how bearish everybody was down at 3K? Everyone was calling for like $700, $800, $1,200 Bitcoin, stuff like that. Just like right now, everybody, including myself, are calling for way lower, like 13,000. That's a number that I'm seeing more and more every day, you guys. And just how bearish everybody is. Maybe everyone's not going to get that pullback to 13,000 that they're hoping for, just like everybody thought that we had to fill that CME gap at 9.6 thousand, you guys. Down at 9,600, everyone was screaming that we had to fill that gap, and that has not even come close to happening yet. And people just aren't getting that buy opportunity that they thought was a sure thing, and that could be what's happening again. And guys, I was actually just watching some old footage, and I also have a clip from about August, I believe it was, that I want to share with you, and how I was basically looking at this exact same trade setup. And just kind of goes to show you that when you have a good trading system in place, you can kind of play the same pattern over and over. That really benefits you, what you're able to really notice in the charts and that sort of stuff. So just another reason why this pattern and this trade did play out so absolutely beautifully while other people were unsure, calling for lower prices. Here's just another example quickly. Right into the 15-minute. You can see that that purple horizontal resistance line has flipped perfectly to support. Although I'm sure a lot of people were ready to shit their pants when they saw this red candle form in here. You can see right where it tested to was a perfect resistance to support flip. And after that, you can see that I entered a trade here because I have this yellow line drawn out. I was just looking at a little bit of a day trade setup. You can see that we have some interaction here. We got a wick here. I'm going to consider that my second touch point, third touch point, fourth touch point, and then a close above. And you can see we start respecting it. Got this support flip and decided to enter a bit of a long. So basically just the importance of that, guys, is I guess, I've been claiming that I've been playing this trend fairly well in the last several months here, half a year or so, basically since that macro triangle broke. And this is just another example of where my analysis really hasn't changed. I played this pattern the exact same way I played that pattern from that clip. You can see here we got our close above that yellow triangle. Started testing as support, even got this little bit of a triple bottom. I entered a long. And then we actually entered this channel here, And I even posted about it on my Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, you should. Once in a while, I post some good analysis. Like this heads up here, we were around 18,124 or something like that, I think, when I posted. But I said that to me, it looked like Bitcoin was about to leg up again. Here you can see my post. Looks ready to continue higher to me. Yeah, 18,124. And then I also kept up to date with my stop loss. Here you can see got the move as predicted, blah, blah, blah. Here I explained where I thought we were finding potential resistance and why it was a good idea to take profits. And here just taking some more profits before I went to bed just so I could sleep a little easier. Just kind of keeping you guys up to date with that. But that was down at this green line, and so I had my position down here, and I actually added to my position up here while I posted that. My average entry is somewhere around 17.8 thousand, and it's a 25x trade, and it's actually the biggest trade I've ever been in. So that's pretty exciting to me that we just hit all-time highs with my biggest position, both my holding and my actual leverage size. It's just great to see. And I'm gonna kind of talk about the little bit of irony, I guess, or coincidence with that in a little bit here. But on the short term, guys, something that I want to say that's looking extremely bullish is we broke out to the upside of this channel that I was looking at. Like on the way up, I was taking profits at random points as we were getting close to the top of the channel just in case of rejection. But right now, this actually looks like a beautiful freaking bull flag could be forming on top of this old resistance. If we have that bit of a bull flag bounce off this channel and start actually pushing to all-time highs, we might get one hell of a short squeeze, guys, where anybody who's in short positions or looking to sell, we start breaking out. Everyone knows how violently Bitcoin can move, and when things hit all-time highs, guys, FOMO is real strong, and with Bitcoin it's even stronger because rationality just goes out the window. So this has the potential setup, guys, for just a massive move, in my opinion. And of course, nothing like this has to happen. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm just saying of the potential for further upside. I'm not adding to my position right now, but I am. And as you can see here, I actually took some profits this morning, or just under 19.8 thousand. And that's just because I was getting close to 20,000. So I figured I'd lock more profits in because we are hitting resistance. But if this bull flag plays out, we get a short squeeze. There's a reason why I'm keeping some of my position open, and I'll ladder out as we drop support levels. I'm fine with that, but I just want the potential here of this move absolutely exploding. I want some skin in the game just in case that does happen here. As far as a word of warning goes, guys, if I go out to my logarithmic macro chart here, you guys know that the reason I've been playing this market so aggressively the last few months is because I've been relying so much on this fractal pattern that I've been pointing out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the link in my description. I think that's one of the most important technical analysis videos on Bitcoin's price currently, because it's just made my short-term trade life so much easier, you guys, just looking at the chart that way. And basically one thing that concerns me is you can see here how long we had to flirt with all-time highs before getting a confident breakout. This right here, that's a couple, 2 or 3 months of trading action and just kind of testing all-time highs and bouncing and tapping away at it. Not that it looked too concerning because we weren't getting that harsh rejection, but it was a little bit of a rejection. I mean, well, there's nothing to laugh at there. It's probably about a 20%, 30% rejection, something like that. Just like why I was expecting a bigger pullback right now, guys. But we're going to have to see how it plays out, because if FOMO really kicks in here, we might not get this pullback that everyone's expecting. And I know I pointed that out in the last video, and why I took those trade setups is because the bears just weren't really taking their opportunity, and it looked like the bulls were willing to step in, guys. So something to consider. If we get that short squeeze here, we might just consider ourselves lucky in not getting that kind of a pullback, or unlucky, depending if you want to fill your bags. If you're someone waiting for that CME gap down at 9.6 thousand, you guys know my opinion on that. Sorry, I think you missed your boat on that. And that's what happens when you try and catch the absolute bottom, right? So hopefully you guys are either averaging in or willing to trade the swings like I am, that sort of stuff. This market's been incredibly easy to read, in my opinion, lately. It's made bullish trading very easy, buying the dips, buying triangles, and falling wedges, that sort of stuff, guys. But another thing I want to point out, which is very alarming to me, is this DXY, which you guys know I look at it from time to time. It's the US dollar index. And I know in my last video I was also pointing this out, this bit of a support flip. And you can see here today we actually got a wick down below both my trend lines, but we're getting bought back up. And to me, that looks a lot like a certain type of double bottom pattern that I would love to long if this were crypto. And you guys know that my opinion on this is if we get a real steep bounce, a springboard effect on the DXY here, that I think that's not so good for Bitcoin. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But maybe it's not going to be correlated this time, or maybe this is just a bit of a fake bounce and maybe it does absolutely drop off a cliff, in which case I think we will get that short squeeze I'm talking about, but we'll have to see what this chart does. In my opinion, will play quite a large factor in what's about to happen. Guys, earlier I mentioned today was an important day, and that's for a couple of reasons for me personally. One, just the fact that we are testing all-time highs. That's absolutely great, you guys. But as you live your life, things happen to you and they change who you are as a person. And I had a life-changing moment 4 years ago to this day. A buddy of mine at work was lost his life, and it happened very close to me. It was a life-changing moment, you guys. I don't wish that on anyone. It was the worst time of my life. But just trying to look at some positives that came out of that and how it shaped me as a person, is that was the main contributing factor to me starting this journey and trying to get out of construction and just wanting to do my own thing. And I really took a liking to trading, and this is something that I want to do for my whole life and just kind of get out of what I am currently doing for a day-to-day job. And so that's just, I know I have talked about the lighter side of things, that obviously kiteboarding is one of the main reasons I want to do that for a living. When I say for a living, I mean just whenever I want and not have to rely on a day job and just be able to trade and do whatever I want. But the main reason that made me look at life that way and seeing how life is so short is because unfortunately accidents do happen and you never know when your time is up. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life working all those hours, especially while I'm young and healthy. I want to be able to do my own thing. So it's very interesting to me to see that Bitcoin hit all-time highs, and I also have the biggest trade profit in my life so far in my trading career, and it happens to be on the anniversary of that life-changing moment. Unfortunately, a horrible thing happened, but it you live and you grow as a person when you have those moments, and as shitty as it is, you just gotta try and look at the positives, and that's kind of a thing, guys. Sorry to totally get off topic there. That's just a more, I know a couple people have mentioned like just wanting to know a little bit about my personal experiences with trading and that sort of stuff, and that's just kind of where a lot of my motivation comes from, guys, is just really wanting to change and better my life. So kind of why I'm looking to crush these markets. And hopefully this will be my full-time job in the near future. Things have been going great lately. I've been playing this market like a fiddle recently, so hopefully that carries on throughout this, what I'm assuming is going to be a massive bull market, and hopefully I will be able to work from home and spend more time doing what I love. So with that, guys, stay safe out there, my friends. That's all I have to ramble on about today. Hopefully you appreciate this content. Again, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and with that, I'm out. Peace.